Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Mad Shad. And this is Chapter 2 of the series Infantry Patrolling. So, without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? I've got a brand new kind of setup here. I'm hoping that this works out. So, I want to be able to show the whole page. And it appears it is. So I might have to do some fine adjustments, but hey, bear with me, and we'll work through this. So what we have here, Chapter 2, Patrol Organization, Planning, Preparations, and Patrol Bases. 2-1, Introduction. A successful A successful patrol is accomplished only after several important tasks have been completed. This chapter will explain these tasks and the ways that they may be accomplished. The first section will deal with the organization of patrols. Section 1, Patrol Organization. 2-2, Patrol Organization. A. Purpose of organization. A patrol is organized so the mission is accomplished in the most efficient manner possible. Proper organization assists in effective use and control of time, equipment, subordinate leaders, and other patrol members. B. Area of organization. There are two overall areas for which a patrol is organized. The primary consideration when organizing a patrol must be the mission, or actions to be accomplished at the objective. The secondary area of organization is for movement to and from the objective, or organization for movement. Organization for movement will be discussed further in Chapter 3, Conduct of a Patrol. C. Steps in organization. There are two steps in organizing a patrol for its actions at the objective: general organization, organization of the patrol and the elements in the patrol headquarters, and special organization, organization of the elements into the teams needed to accomplish the mission and the objective. 1. Elements are the major subdivisions of the patrol. They are determined by the nature of the mission. Is it reconnaissance or combat? An element leader is assigned within each element. 2. Patrol headquarters is composed of the patrol leader and the personnel providing support for the entire patrol, such as a forward observer, corpsman, or radio operator. 2-3. General organization. A. Reconnaissance patrols. A reconnaissance patrol normally has no more than two elements: a reconnaissance element and the security element. Figure provided. A small reconnaissance patrol, 2, 3, or 4-man team, 4-man patrol, with a simple point reconnaissance or surveillance mission is not organized into elements. Instead, it is organized into a single reconnaissance and security (RANS) team. A large reconnaissance patrol may require a patrol headquarters, figure provided, in addition to the reconnaissance and security elements. Hope you guys can read along with this, and it's looking good in my camera. So here we have figure 2-1, the examples of a reconnaissance patrol organization. You got patrol headquarters, reconnaissance element, security element. May be separate only during movement. May consist of only one reconnaissance team. Patrol headquarters, reconnaissance, and security element. May be separate only during movement, not established where there is only one reconnaissance security team. May consist of only one reconnaissance security team. Okay, whatever. 1. The reconnaissance element reconnoiters or maintains surveillance. I love that name. I love that word, reconnoiter. Or maintains surveillance over the objective. It is organized into as many reconnaissance teams as are needed to accomplish the mission. Figure 2-2. Right here. Or it may be organized into reconnaissance and security teams if no separate security element has been assigned. Figure 2.3 over on the next page. Examples of reconnaissance and security element organization. Got patrol headquarters, reconnaissance element, security element. Reconnaissance element is broken into reconnaissance team, security element broken into 2 security teams. May be separate only during movement. Number of teams depends on planned action. That's figure 2.2. Figure 2.3, example of reconnaissance patrol organization without separate security element. Patrol headquarters, reconnaissance and security element. Reconnaissance and security team. Reconnaissance and security team. So you're providing your own security is what it's basically saying. 2. The security element secures the objective rally point, which gives early warning of enemy approach into the objective area and protects the reconnaissance element. When the security element is organized as a separate element, this should contain as many security teams as are needed to accomplish the mission. 3. A patrol headquarters is normally organized as a separate element only during movement, and members return to a reconnaissance or security element to perform their primary duties upon reaching the objective area. The patrol leader may perform in a dual capacity, such as serving as an element leader as well as a patrol leader. Other personnel assigned to the patrol headquarters, such as forward observers, corpsmen, radio operators, may be assigned to other elements in the objective area, but would not be assigned any other primary duty except their own. So if you're a corpsman, you're a corpsman. If you're a radio operator, you're a radio operator. If you're FO, you're a FO. Okay. B. Combat patrols. A combat patrol is generally organized into the patrol headquarters, assault element, support element, and security element. When appropriate, however, the support element may be eliminated by adding automatic weapons to the assault element. So we have patrol headquarters, which is broken up into assault element, support element, security element. Consists of the patrol leader and personnel who do not have specific duties with an element. This is an example of general organization of a combat patrol. All right, moving on. One, the assault element is organized into 2 or more assault teams when the actions of individuals in the assault element cannot be directly controlled by the element leader. This would be the case when the assault element is larger than a squad or the objective is to be assaulted from more than one direction at the same time. The assault element has the mission of engaging the enemy in the objective area. Normally, special purpose teams such as demolitions, search, prisoner teams are assigned to the assault element or patrol headquarters by direct control by the patrol leader. So I hope you can blow this up and see this. So here we have patrol headquarters broken into as 3: assault element, support element, security element. Assault element has your assault team, demo team, and your POW team. Support element has support element, security element, and all kinds of security. So basically providing cover in blocking positions for the assault and the support. Figure 2.5, of course, is the example of special organizations of a combat patrol with special teams attached. 2. The support element, machine guns, anti-armor, mortar, and other supporting weapons. Figure 2.5. Is also organized into 2 or more support teams when the weapons of the support element cannot be directly controlled by the support element leader. This would be the case when there are either too many supporting weapons or they are too far apart for the direct control of the element leader. If the number of support personnel is small and easily controlled, they may be formed into a team and placed under the control of the assault element leader. Figure 2.6 down here. The support element of a combat patrol is normally organized when additional firepower is desired at the objective and when suitable firing positions are available. Figure 2.6. Examples of special organizations of a combat patrol with special teams attached but with no separate support element. Patrol headquarters, assault element, boom, assault, support, search, demo, security. Organization with assault security elements only, support team in assault element. Number of teams of each type depends on mission. There we go. Perfect. Ish. 3. The security element is organized into security teams as needed to perform security during movement by the patrol and after the patrol has reached the objective, to include securing the objective rally point and denying enemy access to the objective area. Scout dog teams are an example of the type of special teams which may be attached to the security element. 4. The patrol headquarters for a combat patrol, as with a reconnaissance patrol, is kept as small as possible. Normally, it is organized to contain the patrol leader and any other personnel such as corpsmen, forward air controller, and artillery forward observers, who have no specific duties with the other elements. 2-4. Summary of Section 1. Organize a patrol so each individual team and element is assigned a specific task, but keep in mind the need for individuals, teams, and elements to know all tasks, not just their own. This gives the patrol leader maximum flexibility to take care of any situation. Section 2. Planning and Preparation. Introduction. This section outlines the patrol leader's use of the patrol steps, troop leading procedures, in planning and preparing for a patrol. The last step, execute the mission, is defined briefly, but is explained in more detail in Chapter 3. Generally, all patrols are planned, prepared, and executed in a similar fashion. B. In this section, each step is presented separately for purposes of clarity. In practice, the experienced patrol leader considers the accomplished 2 or more steps at the same time. He studies the situation and terrain concurrently with study of the mission. He coordinates continuously and supervises at all times, personally and through subordinates. He reconnoiters, there's that word again, reconnoiters as early as possible and combines this with other actions. Figure 2-7, patrol steps. Consider all accomplished. Those necessary orders may vary. Number 1, study the mission. 2, plan use of time. 3, study terrain and situation. 4, organize the patrol. 5, select men, weapons, equipment. 6, issue warning order. 7, coordinate, continuous throughout. 8, make reconnaissance. 9, complete detailed plans. 10, issue operation order. 11, supervise at all times. Inspect, rehearse. 12, execute the mission. Those are your patrol steps. That is your bread and butter. Something like that. Okay. 2-6, study the mission. A. The patrol leader is issued an operation order providing all instructions, information, and guidance needed to plan, prepare for, and accomplish the mission. The operation order may be issued by the battalion commander, operation officer, company commander, or platoon commander. The intelligence officer often gives an intelligence briefing apart from the operation order. Other staff officers or their subordinates may give briefings pertaining to logistical, air, or artillery support. While the operation order is being issued, the patrol leader listens carefully to ensure that he clearly understands all information, instructions, and guidance. He makes accurate notes for later use, but does not try to write down each word spoken. After the order is given, he asks questions on points that are unclear to him. The first thing a patrol leader does after he receives the operation order is to study carefully the mission. Through his study of the mission and his study of the terrain and situation, he identifies the essential tasks to be accomplished in executing the mission. The essential task becomes missions of the patrol elements and teams for which organization, personnel, and equipment must be considered. For example, the mission may be conduct a raid on the bridge at AT 019967 to kill or capture all enemy personnel and destroy the bridge. The destruction of the bridge is an essential task which must be accomplished to execute the mission. 2-7. Plan use of time. When in actual combat environment, you, as patrol leader, will find it extremely difficult to find sufficient time for planning and preparation. It is extremely important, therefore, that you use what time you have in the most efficient manner possible. A. When the operation order is complete and questions concerning it are answered, the patrol leader outlines everything that must be done before his patrol departs from the friendly area, and he allots time for each action required. B. He plans the time schedule around times, if any, specified in the operation order, such as time of departure, TOD, time of return, TOR. He uses a planning sequence called reverse or backwards planning, meaning that he starts with the last action for which a plan is specified and works back to the recipient of the patrol order. For example, if the last specified time for a TOR to the friendly area is 0200, a patrol leader will plan in reverse from 0200. This helps to ensure that time is allowed for all necessary actions. In planning the use of time, the patrol leader should ensure that his subordinate leaders and patrol members are allotted the appropriate time necessary to prepare for the patrol. Figure 2.8. So here's an example of the patrol leader's time schedule. 0200, return to friendly area. 2330 to 200, movement en route. 2300 to 2330, accomplish mission, reorganize. 2230 to 2300, leaders recon. 2000 to 2230, movement en route. 2000, depart friendly area. 1945 to 200, movement to departure area. 1930, 1945, final inspection. 1845 to 1930, night rehearsals. 1800 to 1845, day rehearsals. 1745 to 1800, inspections. 1700 to 1745, supper, meal. 1630 to 1700, issue operation order. 1530 to 1630, complete detailed plans. 1430, 1530, make reconnaissance. 1415, 1430, issue warning order. 1330 to 1415, preliminary planning, coordinate, select men, weapons, equipment, organize the patrol, study terrain and situation, plan use of time, study the mission. 1330 is when he got the operation order. It's when you received your operation order. That's a very, very good one right there. So, 2-8, study terrain and situation. The patrol leader studies the terrain over which the patrol will travel and the friendly and enemy situations. He relates these to his study of the mission and identifies the essential task to be accomplished. A. Terrain. A patrol leader makes a detailed map study of the terrain in the patrol areas of operation. The AO. A study of the terrain over the patrol will pass to and from the objective is made to include the following. Key terrain. Possible primary and alternate routes. Terrain features which can be used as aids in navigation and as observation points. Likely danger areas, likely checkpoints, tentative rally points, support team employment at the objective, direction of assault at the objective. All right, 18 minutes. Yeah, I think we're doing pretty good here. I like this setup better. Not as harsh on me. All right. The terrain will influence the patrol size, organization, and equipment. The patrol's formation and dispersion will be influenced most by the type of terrain to be negotiated. For example, in thick jungle-type terrain, a close column formation is used, while in open terrain, extended formations are used. The use of aerial photographs and aerial reconnaissance is also extremely helpful. Aerial photographs can usually be obtained from the Battalion S2. In many instances, aerial photographs are more recent than maps and are much more detailed. So there's something that we have called, what's it called? ATACM? No, is it not? No, it's not ATACM. There's some great S2. They've stopped doing it. They use a map, basically a 3D mapping software that really is really cool. Shows you everything. You can set your route. Things have really changed from the map, from doing it on a doing it from pictures and drawings and on a map. Then now we have absolute, 3D computer imaging, which is pretty neat. Anyway, moving on. B, situation. Let me get this centered. Sorry about that. The patrol leader studies the strengths, location, the placement, and capabilities of both friendly and enemy forces that may affect the patrol's operation. He must be especially mindful of any friendly forces within his patrol area of operation. We usually call it an AO, area of operation, AO. 2-9er, make tentative plans. From his study of the mission, terrain, and situation, the patrol leader formulates a tentative plan of action for accomplishing the mission. This plan includes the number of men required and how they will be organized, the weapons and equipment needed, and the manner in which the elements and teams will be employed. This matter of employment is part of the concept of operation and will be covered in more detail later. Okay. 2-10, organize the patrol and select men, weapons, and equipment. A, organization. A patrol leader organizes the patrol as discussed earlier. He first determines the elements, general organization, needed to accomplish the essential task at the objectives. Next, he determines the teams required in each element, special organization. Lastly, he adapts his combined organization for actions at the objective to be needed for movement to and from the objective, organization of movement. B, patrol members. Selection is usually restricted to the platoon, squad, or fire team. The patrol leader maintains fire team and squad integrity whenever possible to ensure a smoothly operating patrol. Small leader leadership, right? Small unit leadership, yeah. He does not hesitate to replace men who may interfere with the mission. He does not take more men than necessary merely to maintain unit integrity. However, manpower requirements may dictate at times that every man available make the patrol. C, weapons. No more arms and ammunitions are carried by the majority of the patrol. Special weapons such as machine gunners. I'm drifting, I know. I'm sorry. As machine gunners, the law, the MPFW, javelin smalls, JDAMs, manpads, anyway, may be required to accomplish the mission. The patrol leader must weigh the desirability of some weapons against the difficulty of carrying them, right? D, equipment. There are 5 general purposes or areas for which the patrol leader will choose equipment. When possible, the same equipment is used as are men for more than one purpose or in more than one area. 1. In the objective area. This is the equipment with which the patrol accomplishes the mission. It includes such items as weapons, ammunition, demolitions, ropes to bind prisoners, binoculars, flashlights, cameras, wire cutters, and night observation devices. 2. En route. This equipment assists or enables the patrol to reach its objective. This includes such items as maps, binoculars, compasses, protractors, ropes, flashlights, weapons, ammunition, wire cutter, boats, pacing cords, vehicles, trucks, cars, whatever. 3. Control. Whistles, pyrotechnics, radios, flashlights, luminous tape, and air panels assist the patrol leader in maintaining control throughout the conduct of the patrol. 4. Water and food. Water is carried in canteens, usually 2 per man. Anyway, whatever. Natural sources of water should be used whenever possible for resupply. Water purification tablets, iodine or halazone. Halazone? All right. I don't know. Interesting, huh? Can you guys see that? All right. Should always be carried. Rations are carried if the patrol will be gone during a mealtime. 2 C-ration meals, tells you how old this thing is. 2 C-ration meals or 1 long-range ration, dehydrated, per day is sufficient nourishment for 1 man for limited periods of moderate weather. Extreme climates require special considerations for food and water. And there's also the other thing of, what about your E&E? If you have an E&E or separation, for a personal E&E kit or your separated kit. You've been separated, and you get the idea. Anyway, moving on. 5. Routine equipment. This is equipment common to all patrol members. It includes the uniform to be worn, headgear, shirt, jackets, trousers, socks, camouflaged underwear. It actually says camouflaged underwear. Seriously, camouflaged underwear. That's camouflaged underwear. I don't think that's mission specific. But anyway, I find a lot of oddities in this book. Camouflage underwear and footgear. And individual equipment to be carried: pistol belt, magazine and grenade, pouches, packs, belt suspenders, first aid kits, ponchos, gloves, knives or bayonets, etc. Identification tags: U.S. Armed Forces Geneva Convention identification card, laminated, should be carried by all members of all patrols. Yeah, whatever. Money, personal notes, letters, and photographs should never be carried on patrol. Think about it. Do you want to? You don't want to carry personal effects that link you to the civilized world that can be used against you if you're captured or whatever, or you drop it. Yeah, they'll come for you later. 2-11, issue the warning order. The time a patrol needs to prepare depends on such factors as the nature of the mission, the proficiency of the men, and the preparation made, if any, while the patrol leader receives the order and made his tentative plan. The patrol leader provides a patrol members the maximum preparation time possible by issuing a warning order as soon as his tentative plan is made. It is desirable for the warning order to be issued to all patrol members, including attached personnel. When this is not feasible, it is issued to subordinate leaders. They, in turn, issue warning orders to the elements or teams. Figure 2-9. Patrol warning order. The patrol warning order consists of the following. A brief statement of the situation. B, mission of the patrol. C, general instructions. 1. General and special organizations. 2. Uniforms and equipment common to all. 3. Weapons, ammunition, and equipment. 4. Chain of command. 5. A time schedule for the patrol's guidance. 6. Time, place, uniform, and equipment of receiving the operation order. 7. Times and places for inspections and rehearsals. D. Specific instructions. 1. To subordinate leaders. 2. To special purpose teams or key individuals. That is the elements of a warning order. Now it breaks it down. A. Situation. Minimum details are given to include only the information the patrol needs to prepare for the patrol leader's plan in detail. The complete situation is given in the operation order. B. Mission. This is a brief but clear statement of what the patrol is to accomplish and will state the location or area in which it is to be done. Specific coordinates are provided where applicable. C. General instructions. 1. Name. The name of each patrol member is listed and grouped accordingly to the elements and teams to which he is assigned. 2. Chain of command. The patrol leader designates the chain of command within the patrol. 3. Organization, mission. The organization and mission of each element team within the patrol is designated. Special duties are assigned to individual patrol members. These assignments can include, but are not limited to, point, navigator, radio operator, pacer, element, and team leaders and corpsmen. Some patrol members will necessarily have more than one duty. And a figure is provided. I don't know. Maybe. See if I can get it into focus here. Yeah, they had to do that, huh? Yeah, so we're going to do it this way. So we get it all in frame, and you can yeah, that sucks. Still not into. Sorry. I can't read that. I know you can't. Yeah, that sucks. Anyway, that's just like a general breakdown. I'm trying to get it all in frame here. You might have to look at it a little bit, but there it is. Kind of breaks it all down for you, like name. This is an example. It's useful. It's useful. See if I can do this. All right, carry on here, shall we? Let's see if we can get all this in the same frame, and it's not. I fucked it all up somehow. All right. Anyway, please bear with me. I want to be able to get it all in. All right, something like that. Okay. 4. Special equipment. Items of equipment that are not carried by all patrol members, such as binoculars, compass, pacing cords, maps, signal flares and clusters, radios, starlight scopes. Tells you how old this thing is. Special weapons, etc., are assigned to teams or individuals by name. 5. Ammo. The amount of ammo to be carried by each patrol member is specified here. Normal arms are carried by most patrol members. If special weapons are to be carried, personnel are assigned to carry and operate them. Ammunition for special weapons is also listed here. 6. Uniform equipment common to all. The uniform equipment common to all members of the patrol are prescribed by the patrol leader. The uniform includes headgear, shirts, trousers, belts, footwear, and body armor. Nothing about camouflage underwear. Strange. Equipment refers to standard 782 gear issue. Yeah. All that, of course, is, whatever. Once again, tells you how old this thing is. Camouflage measures are also specified here. Personal items such as letters, notes, and photographs should not be carried. Items of identification to be carried will be specified by the patrol leader. 7. Time schedule. At a minimum, this will include meal times and the time and place for receiving the operational order, the OPORD. Special instructions. Special instructions are given. 1. To subordinate leaders. 4. A. Obtaining, checking, and distributing rations, water, weapons, ammunition, and equipment. B. Preparing patrol members for the mission. C. Initiating and supervising other activities to be accomplished. This may include the activities listed in the time schedule. D. Clarifying instructions on reconnaissance, coordination, inspection, and rehearsals. 2. To special purpose teams and key individuals for their preparations. For example, demolitions check, radio check, and map study by the point and compass men. 2-12. Coordinate. The most important point to remember concerning coordination is that it is continuous throughout planning, preparation, and execution of the patrol. The patrol leader makes or arranges for all coordination possible before leaving the place where he received the patrol order. Communications are better there, and the advice and assistance of trained and interested personnel are more readily available. All coordination should be carried out by the patrol leader himself, or in some special instance by an appointed team from the patrol. A. Movement in friendly areas. Units in those areas the patrol is to move in order to reach the departure point are informed, so the patrol will not be endangered or unnecessarily restricted. Identification of the patrol size, route, and time of movement through the friendly units area will normally be sufficient. B. Departure and re-entry of friendly positions. Passage through friendly front lines by friendly patrols is extremely dangerous unless thorough and coordination is effected prior to the patrol's departure. An advance team of at least 2 men should effect coordination a few hours prior to the patrol's arrival at the forward position. Care should be taken to wear the same uniform as the forward unit to avoid arousing the suspicion of the enemy. Coordination for passage through friendly lines should be effected at the following positions where applicable. Company CP, platoon CP, command patrol, and the last position through which the patrol must pass at departure. It is also extremely important that verbal, by radio, coordination be effected with all listening posts and observation posts forward of friendly lines. A checklist for friendly forward positions coordination is given in Figure 2-11. The advance team should also make a quick reconnaissance of the exact point of departure and re-entry, if possible, and ascertain its exact map coordinates for use by the patrol leader in planning the patrol's route. And here we have Figure 211, checklist for friendly forward position coordination. Frontline coordination. 1. Identify yourself and unit. 2. Size of patrol. 3. Time and place of departure and return. 4. General area of operation. Overlay. We haven't even talked about overlays yet. 5. Information on terrain and vegetation. 6. Known or suspected enemy positions and obstacles. 7. Possible enemy ambush sites. 8. Latest enemy activity. 9. Detailed information on friendly positions. 10. Coordinate fire and barrier plan. 11. Location of initial rally point. 12. Support unit can furnish to patrol. A. Fire support. B. Litter teams. C. Navigational signals or aids, especially for reentry. D. Guides for passage or reentry of front lines, especially if mines and obstacles are present. E is miscellaneous. 13. Exchange radio call signs and frequencies. 14. Exchange pyrotechnic plans. 15. Confirm challenge and password. 16. Ensure information is passing to relieving units. All right, Figure 111. Okay. C. Fire support. Carefully planned and properly coordinated fire support as detailed in Figure 2-12 can help in 6 ways. Okay, and you got 11 there. Anyway, fire support coordination is checklist for Figure 2-12, checklist for fire support coordination. 1. Identify yourself and unit. 2. Size of patrol. 3. Time and date of departure and return. 4. Provide overlay of patrol routes with desired locations of planned targets. 4. Provide overlay of patrol route with desired location of planned targets. 5. Provide list of coordinates of targets and obtain numbers or names for them. 6. Ascertain type of support available and reaction time, number, i.e. number or caliber of guns, type of ammunition, fuse, types of bombs, etc. 7. Fire restrictions in effect, no fire lines, free fire zones, fire support coordination lines, etc. 8. Exchange radio call signs and frequencies. 9. Exchange marking and emergency procedures and signals, panels and pyrotechnics. Okay. 10. Obtain schedule of planned fire and bombing missions. 11. Verify procedures for requesting and adjusting fire support. All right, 1. This goes into the carefully planned and properly coordinated fire support as detailed in Figure 2-12 can help in 6 ways. 1. Destroy. Destroy the enemy opposing the patrol en route at danger areas and at the objective. Hell yeah. 2. Deceive. Deceive the enemy as the true location or direction of movement of the patrol by cloaking withdrawal, or other routes upon breaking contact. 3. Deny. Deny to the enemy the use of roads, trails, OPs, and other terrain features from which he may detect or bring action against the patrol. The enemy can also be denied the use of approaches into the objective area. 4. Defend. Defend the patrol against attacks en route, at danger areas, and at the objective. 5. Direct. Assist in navigation by prearranging fires along the patrol's path. 6. Detect. Detect the enemy by firing on likely positions. B. Coordinate with known patrols. All right, I think I got all that. Yeah, okay. D. Coordinate with known patrols. Determine from the authority who issues the operation if there will be other friendly patrols in your area of operation. If so, it is extremely important that you make thorough and detailed coordination with them. Routes, time schedules, call signs, and fire support plans are some of the most important factors to be coordinated. E. Logistical support. Arrange with the appropriate supporting units for supply of water, food, ammunition, and any special equipment the patrol may require. F. Intelligence information. Check prior to issuing the operation order and again prior to departing on patrol for information on 1. Area of the patrol route, alternate routes. 2. Mines and booby trap density. 3. Prior patrol debrief reports. 4. Enemy pattern of operation. 2-13. Make reconnaissance. The patrol leader and other members of the patrol designated by him in the warning order make a reconnaissance while the remainder of the patrol prepares for the patrol. A. Map reconnaissance. A map reconnaissance of the patrol's area of operation is mandatory. In many instances, visual reconnaissance may be incomplete or impossible. This may necessitate the use of map reconnaissance as the only method of selecting routes, checkpoints, etc. B. Visual reconnaissance. Visual reconnaissance confirms, clarifies, and supplements information provided by maps, area photos, and other sources. 1. When possible, an aerial reconnaissance is made of the objective area and the terrain over which the patrol will pass. In actuality, this is the only means for reconnoitering a significant portion of the area of operations. From his aerial reconnaissance, the patrol leader may be able to select the best approach to the objective, danger areas and routes, etc. 2. A ground reconnaissance is made of as much of the patrol area of operation as time and circumstances will permit. Like you literally go out there and walk around, and snooping and pooping. The area of the rear of the point of departure is checked and the initial rally point is selected and coordinated. The reconnaissance party should try to find a location from which it can observe and study the terrain over which the patrol will pass. The area forward of the point of departure is observed as possible routes, danger areas, and obstacles. Routes to the point of departure are selected if the terrain is unfamiliar. 2-14. Complete detailed plan. A warning order has been issued. Reconnaissance has been made. The patrol members are preparing themselves and their equipment. The patrol leader now develops his tentative plan into a detailed plan for accomplishing the mission. To do this properly and thoroughly, a 5-paragraph order format is used. Shifting. That's good. Okay. B. The patrol leader need not follow the sequence of the 5-paragraph order when finalizing his plan, but should follow a sequence which is more convenient under the circumstances. Normally, the most important part of the order is planned first. Then the less important parts are planned. Once the plan is complete, the 5-paragraph order format should be completely filled out. Figure 2-13, which is right here. Operation order 14.1. Situation as it affects the patrol. A. Enemy forces, weather, terrain, identification, location, activity, strength. Friendly fire. B. Friendly forces, mission of next higher unit, location and plan actions of units on right and left. Fire support available for patrol, missions and routes of other patrols. C. Attachments and detachments. 13. A mission. 2. Mission. What the patrol is going to accomplish at the location or area in which it is to be done. 3. Execution. 11. A. Concept of operation. The overall plan. The missions of elements, teams, and individuals in the objective area. B. Other missions not in the objective area for elements and teams and individuals included are such tasks as navigation, security during movement, and security at halts. C. Coordinating instructions. Times of departure and return. 2. Primary and alternate routes. 3. Departure and re-entry of friendly lines. 4. Organization of movement. 5. Actions at danger areas. 6. Actions on enemy contact. 7. Rally points and the actions at rally points. 8. Actions in objective area and fire support. 9. Debriefing. 10. Other actions. 11. Rehearsals and inspections. 4. Administrative and logistics. Beans, bullets, and band-aids. A. Rations. B. Arms and ammunition. C. Uniform and equipment. State which member will carry and use. D. Method of handling wounded and prisoners. 5. Command and signal. A. Signal. Signals can be used within patrol. Usually it's going to be hand signals, SOPs. You know what happens, in a certain situation. Everybody knows what to do. or, in certain times, radio, but you want to keep your radio chatter down to a minimum. 2, communication with higher headquarters, radio call signs, primary and alternate frequencies, time to report, and special codes to be used. And 3, challenge and password. B, command. 1 is the chain of command. 2 is the location of leaders at various times during the movement, at danger areas, at the objective. Okay. All right. Note, the circled numbers in figure 2-13 show a suggested sequence for a patrol leader to follow when completing his detailed plan. Each is explained in detail in the following paragraphs. All right. So going back to this, you'll notice that these have little numbers everywhere, and that kind of gives you the order of how you should prioritize making this operation order. Your first one being actions in objective area and fire support. Right, so 2 would be organization and movement. 3 would be primary and alternate routes, so on and so forth. Anyway, I think that's interesting to note. From the next page, so you have to go back to the other page. I don't know. I didn't write this. C, actions in objective area. What will be the actions of elements, teams, and individuals in the actual accomplishment of the mission at the objectives? What other actions will take place in the objective area, such as 1, occupation and security of the objective rally point; 2, conduct of leaders' reconnaissance; 3, final checks of plans, personnel, weapons, and equipment; 4, use of artillery or mortar support; 5, preliminary positioning of elements, teams, and key individuals; 6, signals and other control measures; 7, actions to be taken if prematurely discovered at the objective rally point or before the assault is launched, combat patrols, etc. 8, movement from objective to objective rally point or alternative objective rally points. 9, dissemination of information. Who knows what? Who needs to know? Whatever. D, organization of movement. Formations must be planned for movement of the patrol to and from the objective area. Location of elements, teams, and individuals in the various formations must be planned. This is called organization of movement. Various formations are adaptable to any size patrol. For each formation has certain advantages and may be varied to fit the terrain and situation. The patrol can change formations as the situation requires. For example, one situation may require some sacrifice of control in order to achieve greater dispersion. Other situations may require great stealth at the expense of speed and movement. The following items 1 through 12 are the major factors that influence organization of movement and will be discussed at length in Chapter 3. It is important that each Marine or civilian be aware of these factors and understand the questions they pose for the patrol leader. 1. Enemy contact. The most important consideration in organization of movement is the plan for actions to take if the patrol makes contact with the enemy. 2. Tactical integrity. As far as possible, organization for movement maintains element and team integrity. This helps in control, security, employment at the objective, and reaction to enemy contact. 3. Employment at objective. Consistent with other considerations, organizations for movement permits quick and easy employment at the objective. 4. Control. Some formations provide better control than others. How important is control in relation to other factors? The size of the patrol is an important consideration. 5. The enemy situation. Where is the enemy? How strong is he? What is the danger of ambush? 6. Speed of movement. When must the patrol reach the objective? When must it return? Rate of movement is governed by the speed of movement of heavy weapons and equipment. If circumstances permit, they are placed near the front so they can set the pace. The need for speed must be weighed against the need for security. There we go. Cool. 7. Stealth. Can the men move quietly? Does the formation force the flanks to move through noisy underbrush? Which is more important, stealth or speed? 8. Security. From which direction is contact with the enemy most likely to come? Will the patrol have all-around security? Elements, teams, and individuals must be assigned areas of responsibility. Will speed or stealth provide the best security? A carefully controlled combination of speed and stealth is usually best. 9. Dispersion. Consistent with control, men are dispersed so that a sudden burst of fire will cause the fewest casualties. 10. Terrain. How does terrain affect movement? Is it wooded or open? Are there roads or streams to cross? 11. Visibility. Is visibility good or poor? Can the enemy see the patrol? Can the men be seen and controlled? 12. Weather. How would the weather affect the ground, streams, and visibility? E. Primary and alternate routes. A primary route is one or more alternate routes of return are selected. 2. Routes are divided into legs, with each leg starting, if possible, at a point which can be recognized on the ground. Figure 2-14, which you're looking at now. And a pace count is used between each point. This makes it easier to stay orientated at all times. When it is not possible to start and stop legs at a recognizable point, a continuous pace count can be used. Here we have departure point. This is pretty good, actually. 800 meters to stream on an azimuth of 10 degrees. Boom, there's your stream right there. 1,400 meters to saddle and azimuth on 335, going this way. Trail, and then trail junction is used to checkpoint. So it gives you a little idea. F. Actions on enemy contact. The patrol may make unexpected and undesired contact with an enemy, either through chance contact or by encountering an ambush, and must be prepared to break contact quickly. To engage the enemy any longer than necessary jeopardizes the mission. Organization of movement and planned actions on enemy contact must support each other. Yeah. So does it benefit you to Anyway. See if I can get this in the frame. This side never really does good. So it's like I gotta hold it. I'll try to keep it steady. 1. Chance contact may be broken by use of the clock system or by fire and movement or fire and movement. A. The clock system. The direction in which the patrol is moving is always considered to be 12 o'clock. When contact is made and the patrol leader's decision is to break contact with the clock system, he shouts a direction and distance. For example, 10 o'clock, 200 means that the patrol is to move in the direction of 10 o'clock for 200 meters. Each man must be alert to move in relation to the patrol's direction of march, not in relation to the direction he is facing at the moment. As far as possible, patrol members keep their same relative positions as they move so that the original formation is not disrupted. Figure 2-15 here that you're looking at. Subordinate leaders must be especially alert to ensure all men get the word and that elements and teams move quickly, correctly, and in an orderly manner. The command is repeated only as necessary to ensure all men comply. Unnecessary repetition creates confusion and noise, which may help the enemy to determine more accurately the direction and extent of the patrol. So, in this 2-15, the clock system can be used to break contact. This is your direction of march, is always 12 o'clock. Your enemy fire right here, coming from your from an enfiladed or from a from the right side, and he says, boom, 10 o'clock 200. So everybody shifts 10 o'clock 200. Since they're coming this way, they go this way, and basically the whole thing just goes whoop over here. Anyway, clock system is very it can be kind of confusing because these people are facing that way. That's his 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock. But you have to understand what the direction of travel is, and you're as one unit moving as one. All right, so B, fire and movement and or fire and maneuver. Individuals or portions of the patrol return fire while other individuals or portions move a short distance. Each covers the other by fire until contact is broken by all. There's many ways to do it. You can do the Australian roll, or there's so many different ways. It all depends. 2. Ambush may be countered by execution of an immediate action drill. That'll be covered in Chapter 3. 3. Ambush executed as an immediate action drill may also be the best means to make contact, which, though not desired, cannot be avoided. There we go. G. Departure and re-entry of friendly areas. These actions must be coordinated with the units near or through those areas the patrol will move. One important point regarding departure and re-entry is that care must be taken to ensure that all personnel are accounted for. H. Rally points and actions at rally points. There are 3 types of rally points used with patrols. The initial rally point, which is a point within the friendly area where the patrol can rally if it becomes dispersed before departing the friendly area or before reaching the first rally point en route. The en route rally point, which are rally points between friendly areas and the objective rally point, which is the point located near the objective from which the patrol leader conducts his leader's reconnaissance and final preparations. This may also be used as a release point from which elements and teams move into positions. The ORP, the objective rally point, ORP, is frequently used as a point at which the patrol reassembles and reorganizes after completing its mission. 1. Selecting rally points. Likely locations for rally points are selected during map study or reconnaissance. The patrol leader must A. Always select initial and objective rally points. If suitable areas for these 2 rally points are not found during map study or reconnaissance, he selects them by grid coordinates or in relation to terrain features. B. Select likely locations for rally points en route. C. Plan for the selection and designation of additional rally points en route as the patrol reaches locations. D. Plan for the selection of rally points on both near and far sides of danger areas that cannot be bypassed, such as trails and streams. This may be done by planning that if good locations are not available, rally points will be designated in relation to the danger area. For example, 50 meters this side of the trail or 50 meters beyond the stream. Yada, yada, yada. 2. Use of rally points. A. If dispersed before departing the friendly lines, the patrol rallies at the initial rally point. B. If dispersed after departing the friendly lines, but before reaching the first rally point en route, the patrol rallies at the initial rally point or at the first rally point en route. Either course of action may be extremely difficult because of mines, wires, or the enemy situation. The course of action to be followed is based on careful consideration of all circumstances. The rally point to be used must be stated in the patrol order. C. If dispersed between rally points en route, the patrol rallies at the last rally point. 3. Actions at rally points. Actions to be taken at rally points must be planned in detail. Plans for actions at the initial rally point and rally points en route must provide for the continuation of the patrol as long as there is reasonable chance for accomplishing the mission. 2 examples of plans are: A. For the patrol to wait until the specified portion of the men have arrived and then proceed to the mission under the senior man present. B. For the patrol to wait for a specific period, after which the senior man present will determine actions to be taken based on personnel and equipment present. This could be the plan where a minimum number of men or certain items of equipment or both are essential to accomplish the mission. I. Actions at danger areas. 1. Specific plans are made for crossing each danger area which can be identified in advance. 2. General plans are made for crossing danger areas which are not identified in advance. Plans which can be quickly modified to fit the situation. We're getting over here. 3. Plans are made for bypassing danger areas when possible. J. Times of departure and return. Times of departure and return are based on careful considerations of these time requirements. 1. Time to reach the objective. Considerations include distance, terrain, anticipated speed of movement, the friendly and enemy situation, and, if applicable, the time at or by which the mission must be accomplished. 2. Time to accomplish essential tasks at the objective area. This includes leaders' reconnaissance and movement of elements and teams into position, as well as actual accomplishment of the mission. 3. Time to return to friendly area. This may differ from the time required to reach the objective. Prisoners or captured equipment may slow the patrol. The use of a different return route may change the time required. 4. Times of light or darkness due to time of day or weather. Advantage is taken of light and weather conditions which will aid departure and return. For example, the greater darkness before sunrise and after moonset, and the darkness and noise resulting from wind and rain during stormy periods. 5. Time specified, if any, in operation order. When the operation order specifies time of departure, return, or accomplishment of the mission, the same considerations are applied as far as possible. K. Rehearsals and inspections. Rehearsals and inspections in order to determine the physical and mental readiness of members are vital to proper preparation. They must be carefully planned and conduct even though the men are well experienced in patrolling. Coordination is made with the commander or S3 for use of the rehearsal area resembling as closely as possible the objective area. Plans must provide for inspections by subordinate leaders as well as patrol leader. L. Debriefing. This must also be planned. A good method is for the patrol to assemble for a short conference before the debriefing. Notes, thoughts, and observations are compared so that complete, concise, and accurate information can be quickly given at the debriefing. M. Specific duties of element teams and individuals. The warning order organizes the patrol into elements and teams and assigns personnel to them. It also assigns duties to individuals. The patrol leader's order assigns missions to the element and team elements and teams, and describes in detail the duties of individuals such as point man, navigators, subordinate leaders, etc. N. Concept of operation. This is a general summary of the patrol's actions. O. Chain of command. Was the chain of command properly established in the warning order? P. Location of leaders. The location of the patrol leader and assistant patrol leader are planned for all phases of the patrol during movement, at danger areas, and at the objective. 1. The patrol leader plans to be where he anticipates he can best control and direct the patrol at each phase. 2. The assistant patrol leader may be assigned specific duties in a sensitive location during any phase of the patrol, or may assist the patrol leader in control of the entire patrol by locating himself where he can best assume command if required. 3. Some suggested locations for the assistant patrol leader during actions in the objective areas with no special considerations are: A. On a raid, ambush, position of the support element. B. On a point reconnaissance position in the objective rally point. C. In a area reconnaissance position with a reconnaissance and security team which is directed to move to and establish the point at which all teams are to report after reconnaissance. Excuse me. Q. Rations. When will patrol members eat? Is it appropriate to carry rations? If so, what kind and where will they be obtained? Aerial resupply is considered for long patrols. R. Arms and ammunition. The warning order specifies the arms and ammunition needed to support the tentative plan. Are these adequate and appropriate for the detailed plan? S. Uniform and equipment. Does the detailed plan require any additions, deletions, or other changes to the uniform and equipment specified in the warning order? T. Method of handling wounded, dead, and prisoners. Does the unit have any SOPs, standard operating procedures, for handling of wounded, dead, or prisoners? Is the SOP appropriate for the operations, or are modifications necessary? The nature of the operations being conducted, conventional or counter-guerrilla, may dictate the methods used. Whatever the methods or situations, the handling of wounded, dead, and prisoners must not compromise the patrol's accomplishment of this mission. 1. Wounded. A. Remove from the immediate area after applying first aid. To administer first aid during contact increases the risk of more casualties. B. Walking wounded may 1. Be evacuated by air. 2. Accompany the patrol. 3. Conceal themselves for later pickup, generally applicable only in conventional operations. 4. Return on their own to friendly areas, generally applicable only in conventional operations. C. Seriously wounded may 1. Be evacuated by air. 2. Be carried by the patrol, conventional or counter-guerrilla operations. This is generally practiced only when the patrol is en route, is on its route of return to friendly areas. 3. Be concealed for later pickup, generally applicable only in conventional operations. If possible, another man is left with the wounded man. 2. Dead. Dead may be handled as are seriously wounded, except that when concealed for later pickup, no one is left with the body. 3. Prisoners. Prisoners are bound and gagged and may be blindfolded if appropriate. They may then A. Be returned under guard to friendly areas, generally applicable only in conventional operations. B. Be evacuated by air, taken by the patrol, or concealed for later pickup in the same manner as seriously wounded. U. Signals. When and where will signals be needed to control the patrol? These signals must be planned and rehearsed. Some instances where signals may be needed are to lift, to shift, supporting flyers, or to stall an assault, to order withdrawal from the objective, to signal all clear, and to stop and start the patrol. Visual and audible signals such as arm and hand signals, pyrotechnics, voice, whistle, radios, and infrared equipment may be used. Any signals plans must be known to all patrol members. V. Communication with higher headquarters. When communicating with higher headquarters, it is required or anticipated. The plan must include radio call signs, primary and alternate. I can't get this one done. Okay, there we go. I hope you can get that. Okay. Primary and alternate frequencies, times to report, and if appropriate, the special code to be used. W. Challenge and passwords. What are the current challenge and passwords? If they will change during the patrol's absence, what will be in effect on return? Have a challenge and password been established for the patrol to use outside friendly lines? All right. Okay, we're going to stop right here. We're going to stop at 2-15, issue the patrolling operation order. I want to keep this as close to an hour as possible. So, yeah. Wow. I want to keep this as close to an hour as possible. So, there will be a part 2 to chapter 2. So, this has been Matt Shad. Stand by for part 2 of chapter 2.